YouTube world? My name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. Now, in today's video, and I know I'm posting on a Monday, and technically today's a school day, but, this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but I couldn't post it because I watched the movie late. And today I'm going to be ranking all 5 Twilight movies, because I saw the first one last night, and I don't know what you're thinking. If you saw the first one last night, how can you rank all of them if that's the first one you've seen? Well, I've seen the other ones, I just haven't seen the first one. It's just the way life works. But with that said, let's get started talking about the Twilight movies. So for me, I think that there are some pretty good things with it. The way it introduces the wolves in here I think that's probably the best thing about the movie. The wolves are the best part. They probably get some of the best scenes in the movie. And they were probably the stuff I was really, like, that was like the stuff that kind of made me invested into the Twilight series. Not just the, like, vampire characters, but also, like, the wolves. Because it's just, they are very cool creatures. And of course, I'm actually also Team Jacob. And I kind of like how we get to see Bella interact with Jacob a little bit more, as Jacob is now becoming a werewolf. But other than that, the movie is just so weird. First off, it continues the much more bad acting than the original film. Bella is kind of over crazy because she's being away from Edward. And then, like, they have this whole plotline with the Volturi and stuff and almost killing Edward, and it's just so weird. And she has, like, and then it also focuses on, like, she loves him, but it's like she's going crazy of all this, and then she also thinks that when Edward's the vampire, so if they keep dating, then she's just gonna get older and older, and Edward's just gonna look the same. And to me, it just focuses on a lot of plot lines, and I don't think any one of them, I think some of them are interesting, but some of them are just not that great. So for me, this is the least one, I would say. But I will say this, it has some enjoyable moments with the wolves and Jacob and stuff. Now this is a somewhat better sequel to the Twilight franchise, as it focuses in on Bella giving birth to a vampire baby, which she's technically human. And the drama that happens in this movie is just phenomenal. I probably would say that this movie is probably one of the better movies in the franchise, but when you think about it, there's just some awkward sequences. Because it feels like that the story just feels so weird in the way it's designed. Bella and Edward have a wedding, then they, do their honeymoon, and then she gets pregnant, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is happening, like, because you think that because they're married, they can do whatever they want, but I guess because she's a human and he's a vampire, it's a little bit difficult because humans can't have vampire babies. And like the conflict that happens throughout it, like once you get to the end of it, when the wolves and the vampires are fighting, it makes sense a little bit, and I like the conflict in this film. And so that's very good. I wish there was a specific villain, but you don't really need it because the movie's not really focusing on that. It's focusing on Bella having a vampire baby, and then of course you get to see almost Edward eat the baby out of her, which is kind of a weird image to see in a PG-13 movie. But I probably would put it higher, but I don't really want to fix the list. I'll probably fix it on Letterboxd though. So after seeing this film last night, I actually kind of enjoyed it. I thought that the characters were pretty interesting. I gotta say the acting was totally bad with Kristen Stewart. It just felt like she couldn't. She was out of breath. I don't know what she was doing. The relationship between Bella and Edward, I did kind of like. I wish they had more of the vampire story, but it feels like they were just teasing it, and it just didn't feel like anything big. The overall introduction of the world was good, but I wish that the acting was better and the setup for these vampires were better. So, overall, it was a good film, and the casting and stuff with Anna Kendrick and stuff, that's of course good. And I kind of like the human-y feeling type as Bella and her dad are at a restaurant and stuff like that. That's cool stuff to explore in a movie. Now this is actually one of the films that I think does the best job. One of the best jobs is that they actually made a pretty good Twilight movie. Because, like, the first one was just good. The second one was easily one of the worst ones. But then the third one comes in, and it kind of changes some things. And I think it does it a pretty good job. It tells a pretty compelling story, introducing the newborns and stuff like that makes it interesting. I actually like how the wolves and the vampires actually get into this. Boo Boo Stewart, if you know, he played Jay, son of Jafar on Descendants. Descendants and this movie, well, the Twilight franchise, was actually the films that I was introduced to Boo Boo Stewart. So, if there's any other great movies that Boo Boo Stewart has been in, please comment down below. I want to know, because he was a pretty good introduction in this film. And as he actually kind of played out in the end, protecting Bella from Victoria and that other newborn vampire. I would say the acting was a bit better. I don't think they need to explore Jasper's past, honestly. The battle between the wolves, vampires, and the newborns was fantastic. I loved that fight. It was great. Well, we got to see these two types of creatures work together to stop evil. So that was fun. And the training session is pretty fun too. So overall, it just does some pretty good stuff with the movie and a continuation of the Twilight franchise. So for me, this is the proper Twilight movie. I'm not saying it's fantastic, but it is the proper film that everybody was invested in. Now that Bella, after what happened in the previous film, Bella is now a vampire, and now she's trying to, and now her relationships around her, around the people around her, she has to change it, because if she tells people that she's a vampire, the Volturi is gonna go for them and kill them. And especially how it impacts the dad in the film, where if he finds out, then the Volturi's gonna kill him. The Volturi's gonna kill him, and it's a pretty cool gap the way we get to learn about that in this movie. Along the way, it really just introduces all these other vampire characters that I thought were very interesting, and it pretty much is the end game of all the Twilight films, where you get the wolves, all the good vampires that we know and love, some new additions as well, coming together and having this big battle with the Volturi. This movie is really good, and it kind of lacks like some of the later bad acting. And also, part of what makes the film kind of a little bit better is that the third act, it didn't even happen. Like, I watched that in the theater and I was like, oh my gosh, all these characters just died. Carlisle died, Seth died, James died, and it's like, thank God they didn't die. I was so sad when Seth died, like, I was so sad. So easily this comes in at number 1, even though the third act can piss off some people sometimes. So that's my ranking for all the Twilight movies. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6 and my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my batch section to follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same on Instagram, above_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.